I'm Jake, this is DIY Dude, and today we're gonna grout a floor. Let's get to it. Alright, so here is what the floor looks like right now. Here you can see I took a lot of time making sure that the lines were absolutely perfect and that these corners lined up everywhere as perfect as I could make them. I used tile levelers to get this all leveled out. If you've never used tile levelers for a home DIY project, I highly recommend them. I've done tile floors before without tile levelers, and you get all these slight variations as hard as you try between the tiles, and this is just run your hand across it. It is smooth. Tile levelers do push things around, so I used a little hammer to tap them into place. Just be careful not to chip the edges. Alright, so here is what we use for the tile leveling system. It comes with these little bits right here, and then these wedges, and then this tool here. Now we got this on Amazon for like $25 for like 300 of these and maybe 100 of these or something, which is a great deal compared to the ones in the box store. I'd recommend purchasing them on Amazon instead, and these work perfectly fine over the fancier brands. Let me show you how these get used. Okay, so basically I'm just going to use these two tiles as an example. You'd have two full-size tiles. You order them down to the ground, and then you put these in here. There's this tool, and go like this. And that basically makes sure that these are level. And I use them here, 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 here. Quite a few per tile. And then you can see sometimes when you knock these out, you get left with little bits that you gotta pull out there. Basically, when these set, you smack these out with like a rubber mallet or something. They just break off to the side. One thing to watch out for, as you can see here, I kept my grout lines pretty clean and clear of mortar. Something that I did a lot in the early days of me doing DIY was not clean up enough as I'm going, and it's really important. You want to scrape along the edge and get off extra mortar and stuff. You don't want to leave enough mortar. When it squishes down, it doesn't squish too much mortar into the joint. Just keep things clean. Keep a sponge on you while you do it. It's DIY, but it doesn't have to be bad. There's a lot of practice involved. That's just something I've learned. When you're doing your tile, keep it clean. You know, keep as much mortar out of the grout lines as you can. Clean it up while you can, while it's wet. You don't want to have to clean it up after. It's a lot harder and it's much more of a pain in the butt. Use tile levelers, super important to give you a good result. I think actually the hardest part about tiling that I've learned is the layout. So figuring out where to start and how to end. So see how we ended here? And we've got a full tile, a perfect half tile, and a full tile, right? The way I do it, because I'm not very good with measuring, is I laid all these tiles out. I figured out how to make my first cut here so that I would end up with a full tile at the end over there. So I laid it out lengthwise this way first, and I actually just laid the tiles out because it's easier for me to figure it out that way. Marked on the floor everywhere where I was going to put stuff, and then I laid it out this way. I ended up with a full tile back here, and then back here like half a tile. The only place where I kind of made a mistake was when we cut this tile around here. We forgot to actually extend it the full length of the tile. So I don't know how many places we've looked at, or how many apartments we've looked at, including our own house, do not have vent fans. Put a vent fan in your bathroom. It's not that hard to do. Keeps your bathroom not getting moldy, not getting gross. I've seen so many bathrooms with mold up on the ceiling, in the shower and stuff, just because they don't have a vent fan. This is a grout tool. Basically, you go in there with it and shave out any of the mortar. All right, finished cleaning up the grout lines, and I'm so mad at myself. I chipped the tile. This is the closest I've gotten to a perfect tile job, and I chipped the tile. Time to use some grout. Now, let's take a look at the grout that I'm using. This stuff is a higher end grout. I recommend using a higher end grout. I got this one at Lowe's. I was recommended it by a tile shop. It's like mold, mildew resistant. Now, the only thing compared to like your typical sanded grout, this stuff sets up a lot faster. I learned that on my first job because I put in too much grout before I started using a sponge to clean up the grout lines. That was a problem. I have some grout that like hardened before I could even clean it up. So I learned last time, clean it, you know, with a sponge as you go. I'm really excited to see how this floor comes out. This is definitely one of my best yet. All right, here's the grout I'm using. This is Pearl Gray. I think it's one of the darker grouts you can get. You know, it's a fast setting grout. But not lying, you gotta be quick. You gotta wipe it up within a few minutes, otherwise it's gonna be set. Let's get some of this mixed up. Absolutely necessary tool. Super handy to clean up. As a nice little thing to hang on the bucket here like that. And this tray, I got this in a kit on Amazon. Link to all the tools I use will be in the description. Got what I need. Got my grout float. Got my grout mixed up. Now I got a bucket. So you want to just take the grout and shove it in like so in the float. Moving it along.
Yeah, make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night? Yeah, make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night? Yeah, make all.
Just finished putting down the grout. Like every project, I kind of messed up. I mixed the grout way too watery the second time. Kept adding more to it, but I was gonna end up with way more grout than I needed, so I got it the best I could and I slopped it on there. There's definitely, what happens if it's too wet is you get some pockets. So I'm gonna come back after it sets up, mix them up nice and dry, pack those holes and re-wipe them over, and then we should be good to go. Not gonna really be able to see what it looks like until the grout dries, because when it's wet, it's a lot darker. I think it's gonna look great, but we won't find out until I come back tomorrow. I'm back, the floor is looking awesome. There's only a few issues, very tiny, and I gotta just wash the rest of the floor to get rid of the haze. This project overall is a great success. Really happy with the way this turned out. This tile looks amazing. The grout looks great. It's gonna be a huge improvement. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're a tradesman, roast me in the comments. Thank you.